Welcome to another exciting episode of yours truly. Whatever the hell's on my mind, I put out the same way. You can discard it. I don't give a fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am StooDogg. Some time ago I decided it was about time to bring the Jared Wars series to an end. I accelerated my production of the content that I had about the man. I made that final push to work my way through the last of the files that were on the drive. And on December the 25th, I put the series to an end, ladies and gentlemen. I uploaded the final of the Jared Wars videos. A few days later, not even before New Year, more Jared Wars content surfaced online. Content where he's looking at Irish women and complaining about me. I'm less interested in the Irish women part and more interested in the complaining about me part, ladies and gentlemen. Because complaining about me always grounds for one of these videos. Let's go. You know, ladies and gentlemen, every time I sit down to do one of these videos, I think to myself that I need something stronger than coffee to deal with this. Well, today we've come prepared. Black Russian, anyone? You know, the Black Russian wasn't even invented in Russia. I think it was invented in, like, America. The only Russian thing about it is the vodka.
Damn.
Anyway, let's get on with it. Ladies and gentlemen, the following video is a video where Jared Wars, and there's a lot of irrelevant stuff in it which I've trimmed out. Stuff where he's looking for naked Irish women on the internet. Fully clothed ones as well, ladies and gentlemen. But interspersed amongst that, there's stuff where he's ranting about me. So I thought I'd trim that out and we could respond to it. So, full disclosure here, this is Jared Wars abridged, heavily edited to only focus on the parts that we are interested in today, ladies and gentlemen. Like I say, we're not going to go too much into the his fetishization of Irish women. Whatever. But I thought we could touch upon it briefly.
One of the things I've learned is Irish women are the most complex bitches I ever dealt with, but they're so damn cute and sexually attractive, some of them. It's such a shame, you know?
I used to say, fuck off. Now I say, that's nice.
Next up, something that he touches upon in this footage that came to light just before New Year is that he makes a mention of alcohol being difficult to find. Now, in the past, I had thought that this is a man that seems to be fucking drunk. You know, trying to get an explanation for his erratic, odd, mad behaviour, thinking that it's perhaps exacerbated by alcohol. Even jokingly saying, "Aye, you must be missing your whiskey the day, pal." But for him to say that alcohol's hard to come by kind of makes you think that, yeah, he might have been drinking a bit. I mean, he's maybe a person that's got a bit of a drink problem, a bit of a booze problem, you know. Joke, ladies and gentlemen. Sarcasm in visual form, but I don't think my content is alcohol fueled. Unlike this man and his days-long live streams that he puts onto the internet. But also he goes on to say that, you know, alcohol's hard to find. So is it possible that as well as being alcohol-fueled content, he's also got a massive sort of come-down problem as well? Or withdrawal symptoms are turning him into some kind of like a crabbit bugger.
I never thought alcohol would be hard to find in my life. I never thought anything that I seen in my life would be difficult to find. Can't even get fucking vitamins, for God's sake. God. I don't have no money on top of that. I'm literally dry of everything.
Dry of whiskey. Time to be passive-aggressive on the internet.
My mother won't give me my mother won't even loan me no money. She's just like, oh yeah, like, fuck you, woman, I want, you know. I didn't say that to her, I said that in my mind, you know.
Yeah, don't you dare be saying anything bad to the war, mum. That'll kick up a riot around here. But in all honesty, it's not really her place to be funding your habits, your alcohol habits, your remote-controlled car habits. You're almost the same age as me. And I pay my own way through life, much as you should. If you're having issue with money, my advice would be earn some more. This is a time of opportunity. I know for some it may be a time of hardship, but for others, it's a chance to enter into the healthcare sector or other sectors that may be struggling quite badly at this time. And Jared Wars himself has said that he is an unemployed man who has no form of educational qualifications. Doubtful based on what we've seen of him, but also this is a time where online courses, certifications and qualifications are now being made free for the general population due to the nature of people not being able to get into universities and colleges physically to do things. These are being opened up by form of remote working, remote learning. So it's definitely a career path and an opportunity that is well worth looking into. I've worked from home from this very desk, earning hundreds of dollars a day, sitting on my arse and answering phone calls in front of a computer. Jared Wars is a man who sits on his arse in front of a computer, screaming into the void with his black screen. You would think that he'd rather be using that position to earn money rather than screaming into the void.
And that added fuel to the fire because I was already in a bad mood at that time regarding this idiot StooDogg and find out what the hell his problem was.
Time to move on to the main feature. This idiot, StooDogg.
So Stu, what he did was he takes other videos that I don't even know when I made or the titles of them.
I think it's hilarious that you don't even know your own content, Jared Wars.
And he pieces them together in his review and tries to make it look like that I'm trying to project him as somebody that is doing some shady stuff, and that's not what I said at all. I'm saying that
in the video Jared Wars Hypocrite, what I did was I addressed opinions that I had, and I used your content to back up those opinions. something that I did rather well, to be honest. But you saying things doesn't change these facts. It doesn't change the things that you said in the past. So what are you saying? That I said that StooDogg leaving a comment on someone's channel is him condoning things? But that's not what I said. It is what you said. It's not what I meant, though. Well, you must be getting your words wrong, because you're obviously meaning something for it to be so fucking important to you. You're saying things like, StooDogg is a fucked up person and all of his friends are fucked up people. Well, I don't think there's any sort of way to, warp what you said there. It's your words. You said it. You said that, well, Stu, I don't think he's the sort of person that would abuse copyright. I might be wrong, though. So you're saying that I'm capable of performing fraud, breaking the law by deliberately DMCA taking down your fucking content. You know, when someone takes down your content, Jared Wars, you'll get an email telling you who took it down. Did it say StooDogg took down your video? I don't think it did, because StooDogg didn't take down your video. It's more than likely that Stetson Hardwick of the Demaguk Shanya fucking whatever took down your video because you stole his content. You read one of his books on air. You made a market usurpation of an item that belonged to him. You know, instead of looking to blame people for copyright striking you, why don't you think about the person whose copyright you illegally infringed upon and follow that path?
I made an example of speaking like why there are problems in our neighborhood and on the internet, and why people don't do nothing unless that something happened to them.
Well, that sounds nice on paper, Jared Wars, but you know what? What do you want me to do? What do you want anyone to do? Because no one can do anything. YouTube does not accept third-party bullying or harassment complaints. You're on your own. You're a big boy. Deal with your problems. Might I suggest that the first thing that you do to deal with your problems is that you simply turn the computer off. You block the people that are bugging you so much, and you excise them from your life. You stop going near the fire, and you stop getting burned. Simple.
That was the point of those videos. That was the point of those examples. Like, the people that be crying why things are the way they are because they allow it, and stuff like that. That was my example. And one of my examples is how you say something, or not how you say something, but what you comment on, what you watch on. Yeah, it's your business. Yeah, fuck it, it's your business. But if it's set where it's public, where people can see, then it says something about you. You know what I mean? What you watch, can say something about you sometimes. So, and I already know that fact anyway. I've known that fact since I was younger. But I says in my mind, I says, you son of a bitch, you take parts of my videos that have nothing really to do with you, and you make it look like it's to do with you, like I'm backstabbing you, and you don't even fucking know me, and I don't fucking know you. Like, dude.
Well, you were backstabbing me. You came to me looking for advice on your channel. I gave you advice, and you turned around and called me a fucked up person, said all my friends were fucked up people, and said we were all involved in fucked up things. Backstabbing right there, Jared Wars. You know, like... don't fucking lie to people. You know, You're sitting there saying, oh, I'm Jared Wars and I'm the man that does no wrong, when you are the one who's doing wrong. It's absolutely fucking exceptional. I Where the fuck did you come from?
Now, this was supposed to be in one video, but it was split to part 7.
Jared War's 7-part reaction series to StooDogg. A beautiful masterpiece of... I don't even know, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why he made these reactions. What I do know, though, is that my own reactions to them were quite amusing. Quite fun to make.
This was in one video, but it's split to part 5. And then if you look at, like... You see, like, my review on Stu was supposed to be based upon, actually 4 different videos. So this was based on his latest video. You see why I had to split them in parts? Because this is 2 hours. 2 plus... That's about 4 hours. This is about 7 hours, and then you'd be about 8 hours. You see why?
I don't understand, considering that one of my reactions to you was around about 6 hours long. So I don't see where video length is an issue for you, especially when you're like live streaming for like 24 hours at a time.
So make it look like that I'm doing all these different videos about Stu when really I'm finishing my points. Because the first time I watched his video was the first time I couldn't believe that I was seeing what I was seeing right here. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait a minute, this is not it. Actually, I think it was video 3. I'm sorry. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, I think. But, like, again, this is what I was talking about. And this guy... he comes along, and this, like, at that time, this was my first time watching this guy's video. It really was. It was my first time watching this guy's video 3 of me. And this was actually, like, this was supposed to be video 3, but you see, I didn't get a chance to finish the video. It was a lot more to go than 2 hours.
In all honesty, though, I don't think it was, Jared Wars, because your content, you spent a lot of time backtracking. There was a lot of repetition. There was a lot of random comments and random arguments that seemed to go nowhere. If you'd sat down and had a think about what you wanted to accomplish with your 7-part video series, you probably could have got your point across in a lot less time, if even you managed to get points across. But the flaws came in your execution. You didn't watch the videos before responding to them. You went in literally pausing it at almost every single word that I said, and you started making up your own shit inside your head rather than just listening to what the dog's saying. You know, this is the dog. Listen to what the dog says. Okay? Listen to the dog. Listen to the dog when it speaks. Think about what the dog says and then respond, rather than making up lots of random shite and then posting it on the internet. More free speech! Yes, you have that freedom of speech to make yourself look like an absolute and utter tit. Thank you for exercising your freedom of speech, Jared Wass. You've given me months of amusement and hundreds of hours of view time. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
So I ended up pausing the way I was left off on this video, marked it as video 4 for the next video. And as you can see how that worked out in general. Let's see. What is it again? This is part 4. Basically, part 4 is actually part 2 of this new video.
Please stop, man. You're confusing me with all your numbers here.
And this is really continuing where I left off. I only was like, it took me 2 hours to do mainly just responding to this guy.
It took me months of scripting, weeks of editing, and hours, days of watching his content to form a response to him, ladies and gentlemen. And he's like, oh, it took me too long, oh, it took hours, oh. What, do I have more patience when I'm putting my time and effort into my work?
And one of my issues I've had was, how could I do a video without wasting 2 hours and not realizing that I spent 2 hours doing something?
You write a script. You can type a script into a website and it will tell you how long it will take you to read all of the words that you've written down. You can record your video in the same way that I'm doing right now, and you can edit it. You can remove all of the shite from it. You can remove all of the little silences. You can remove all of the coughs and farts and burps. You can remove every single fucking sip of your Black Russian that you take when you're editing your video. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll see now that this Black Russian is significantly emptier than it was when we started. However, you've barely seen me drink a drop. Magic! No, it's just Magic's Vegas Editing Suite 14 at work, ladies and gentlemen.
But I seem to have that problem. I don't know why.
No one else knows why either, Jared Wars, because myself and people that I know have spent months giving you video making advice, and then in looking over the internet, typing your name into Google search brings up videos by other people who were trying to give you help years ago. Up to 4 years ago, people were trying to help you when it came to editing videos. You've not taken on board a single piece of advice that you've been given. What's even the point?
Instead of, all this should have been one video and not separated into 4 different parts. You know what I'm saying?
I managed to make a 6-hour long video, Jared was. How did you not manage to? Even though brevity is a problem that you have, how are your videos so short?
Then you have video 5, which is the same thing, leaving what I left off on a video that is a lot less. And I would have put this in one video, but it would have been about 7 to 8 hours, which I couldn't believe I spent that long making a discussion over this guy's video, because I was shocked of the behavior of this man Stu.
Not as shocked as we were with the behaviour of you, Jared Wars, with your wanting to go and start killing people and killing yourself and wanting to murder your mum by cutting her throat open. That was shocking to listen to. But you're the one here making me out to be the bad guy. You're the one making me out to be the cunt in the situation. I think you should be reflecting on the things that you say, reflecting on your own actions, rather than pointing the blame and pointing the gun at others.
It's just insane. Now, I don't have an issue with Stu. I don't care what he thinks. I don't care what anybody else thinks. It's just that
I don't have an issue with Stu, but he's a fucked up person surrounded by fucked up friends. All of his friends are fucked up people, and they're all involved in fucked up things. Boop boop, Jared was driving through.
well, my only concern at this point is, how do you do a video without taking so long to finish?
I mean, it's not like there's a place called YouTube that's full of videos about how to make videos. It's not like YouTube has a thing called the Creator Academy that actually teaches you how to make videos. It's not like you can do things like write scripts and edit to make coherent videos.
Don't even know what I mean about reviewing myself.
I don't think anyone else knew what you meant by reviewing yourself either. You did a reaction video to yourself was fucking surreal to watch.
But all I know is that there's a lot of shit. So he takes these parts as me being obsessed with him.
You are a person that shows obsessional behaviour. You are so obsessed with an online pedophile that you named your channel after him, Jared Alpha Genesis Wars. You are so obsessed with another online oddity that you named a channel after him, the Gorgeous George Project channel. You made videos that were hours long about him, videos that were hours long to him, and videos that were hours long sort of standing up to trolls within his community. You're a man that shows obsessional behaviour. Now seemingly being obsessed with Hatman and his community. And myself by proxy. Now, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, sort of shots like that can be fired back against me. You're like, you're just obsessed with Jared Wars. I wouldn't say obsessed in my own defense. I know this sounds like a conversation that he would have with someone, but ultimately I had content on this drive that I wanted to respond to, and I have. Goodbye, Mr. Drive. We'll put episodes of the snooker on it or something. You'll sit and watch Big Break. But, that's done. That's dealt with. And then this new information has surfaced on the web. So I felt compelled to have a reaction to it, because it's like him reflecting on the content that he'd made about me. So I think it's, from an archival point of view, I think it's quite important to have it here on the channel in the playlist. But, at the end of this video, that's it. The end. Game over. Unless more comes to light. Yeah, I do have another project in the works about Jared Wars, but it's not about me. It's not about Hatman. It's to do with other things that Jared Wars has been involved in as Piss 4400 in the past. It's more a documentary than just a reaction video. But you can go more into that when it's actually released. If it's been released and you saw it, I hope you enjoyed it. But like I say, it's not an obsession. To me, it's just a task. It's a job that I want to complete.
The only thing I was trying to finish one video, which got separated in these several parts, because as you can see, this sets 3, 4, 5, 6, which is nothing more but reviewing that same part 3 video, basically.
And having a little bit of a think about what he's saying, I'm wondering if the reason for the parts, they all seem to be about the same length. I wonder if that's perhaps a limitation on computer software that he may have, or maybe a hard drive size or something like that he can only produce videos of a certain length because it's all that the technology is allowing for at that time. That being said, though, he was doing live streams at that time that were lasting for hours and hours and hours and hours, so who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
I don't know what the stories that I've been getting, but from the screenshots I took on my live stream, I've had people that harass me and saying that I made lies about Stu, which wasn't my intention.
Jared Wars is a reactionary person. He will go out of his way to start shit, go out of his way to basically be an absolute and utter bum, an absolute pain in the arse. And then afterwards he'll say, that was not my intention. Rather than just not doing the thing in the first place, rather than sitting down and having a think, having a bit of a, if I do that, that'll be, it won't end well for me, sort of thing. He just plunges into the pool, head first, not realising that there's very little water in it, and splitting his head open. And then all of the sharks dive on him. I sincerely hope in his time away from the internet, whether that's self-inflicted time away from the internet or because his mum's chopped down the internet, I hope that he's had a think about his actions and that in future he'll be less rash.
The most I came into conclusion about was telling Stu, or telling people in general, both, that maybe some things I've said would have been accidental fabrication, but not intentionally, because sometimes how you say things, you can implicate something when it's not what you really mean. But the people just are so stupid.
He almost sounds like he has a regret or a remorse, and then he launches an attack like, people are fucking stupid. This is a man who he'll never apologise, ladies and gentlemen. He'll never just own up to, you know what, I fucked up. I'm sorry. Didn't mean it. I'll do better. Bye. He gives these long-winded explanations that then turn into an attack. That's the Jared Wars apology book right there, ladies and gentlemen.
And if you think like this, and if you have that kind of mindset and not understand what the fuck I'm saying or the point that I'm making in this video, then you're just as dumb as all of them. And I'm not gonna hide from you. If you were my friend, for instance, which you're not, but let's just hypothetically speaking, if you were my friend, I would say this to your face. I'll say it right here.
Yeah, you'd utilise your free speech and say whatever the fuck you want to someone, and then they'd turn around and just fucking lamp you because you're being an absolute and utter dick. Or perhaps because it's America that you stay in, they'll invoke their whateverth amendment right to just pull out a gun and fucking shoot you. Consequences of free speech. Even says that in the free speech amendment one. The government won't arrest you for your free speech, but your free speech might have consequences. Good luck. Ladies and gentlemen, I wonder if that's why he's disappeared from the internet. I wonder if somebody's just got pissed off with his shit and fucking shot him. I'm going to stand here and be an absolute and utter dick and just say all the shit that I fucking want. Brah, 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 brah. And then someone's just walked up to him and said, I don't like what you're saying. Click. Boom. Good night, Jared Wars. You have been switched off. Jared Wars is off the air. Permanently. It's not really funny thinking that he may have been shot dead, but I've got a fucking morbid sense of humour.
So, how do I do a cohesive video without ending up separating into 2-hour parts, which I didn't even mean for this one review of this guy's video to last this long? It ended up being like this. So, fuck. I thought I'd show you it before I remove the videos, because I want to try to redo part 3 and redo part 2. But actually, I want to redo part 3 because the guy basically has this, I guess I guess what I'm trying to say is the video didn't come out right.
I don't think he ever did redo them, ladies and gentlemen. Or if he has, he's uploaded them on a channel as yet undiscovered by us. But, good luck. Good luck, Jared Wars. Whatevs, mate. Whatevs. In our next part, we go over his attempts to discuss things with me, ladies and gentlemen. One day I found an email from him saying that he wanted to talk to me. I went to his channel with every intention on talking to him. I'm not a fucking animal. I'm more than willing to talk to people. So I went to his channel and I was met with all kinds of blue fucking abuse from him. So I was like, fucking nut. Can he be arsed with this? You know, he blocked me in chat and then proceeded to start ranting and shouting and swearing. Swearing. Too much Black Russian. And it was like, fine. Whatever. I don't think having a conversation with you would match my brand then. It's obvious that you've got an opinion of me, that you fucking hate me, and you're probably better just being left alone. I pretty much said that in email to him. I said that I don't think it's worthwhile having a conversation due to your hostility towards me. And I left it at that. And he cried about it in almost every video following it. His free speech and the consequences of. He was being a dick to me. The consequences are, I don't want to fucking speak to him because I think he's a cunt now. Now, let's add in autism. My autism. Not, he claims that there's nothing wrong with him mentally, and that he went and saw a shrink years ago and the shrink didn't find anything wrong with him. Whatever. But from my own sort of brain point of view, as an autistic person, I find it very difficult to forgive and forget things. I remember things with fucking vomit-inducing detail, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, him being like, oh, this dude's not gonna fucking speak to me. Because you were such a fucking dick to me. And, you know, apologise all you fucking want. Jared Wars, the man who fucking does the stupid thing at first and then sort of demands forgiveness afterwards. I'm just like, nah. I'm not interested in speaking to you. I'm not interested in having a conversation. And also add the brand safety aspect of that. That in the days following this, ladies and gentlemen, he renamed his YouTube channel as Pedo Lives Matter. Now, this is a man who's like, people keep saying that I support pedophiles. People keep saying that I'm like wanting to help pedophiles. Like, why are people saying that? That's so wrong. I'm not. And then he changes his channel name to that. I'm not willing to give a platform to someone whose channel name is Pedo Lives Matter. That's not the sort of person that I am. He has his own platform. He can use that to put across whatever the fuck he wants to say. Anyway, time for me to step off the soapbox and let's let him continue with his lunacy.
You don't know what my mind was on during those videos. And I tried to discuss this with Stu, and StooDogg refused to see the other light. Like, this guy thinks that the stuff I'm going through is nothing but in my head. I wish it was in my head. I tell you, if it was in my fucking head, oh my God, I would be happy. But it's not. It's reality. I wish it was in my head. I wish all this stuff was in my fucking head. Lord knows. I wish, matter of fact, would it be nice if it was all a bad nightmare that I wake up from? It'd be just great. I would be happy. So let me just see here. Let me see. He actually emailed me back, and he told me that he wasn't interested in finding out the other side of things. I explained to him, and this was like probably over 11 days ago from looking at it here. Where's that response from StooDogg? And I says to him, I can't even find it. He tells me he wasn't interested in hearing me out as far as information of hearing the other side of things.
Okay, so from the sounds of it, he can't find my email, so he's probably just going to make up some random shit off the top of his head. So I'm just going to have a readout of what I said to him. Dear Sir, in regards to a recent email received from you, I politely decline your invitation to a conversation or voice chat. After seeing part of a recent live stream produced by yourself on your alternate channel, I feel that you have no interest in having any form of meaningful and polite conversation. Kind regards, StooDogg. Because I believe in brevity. I don't write long emails, ladies and gentlemen. And I had no interest in entering into a conversation with him by email after seeing emails that other people have received. So they're just so long, and they make no sense to me. Maybe my brain is just warped, or maybe he's just shit at writing emails. But as well as that, like I say, that live stream, that going there, and the way that I was treated, and it's like he was just absolutely disregarding that, no apology, no anything, not a, I said mean things to you on my live stream. Blocking you was maybe a bad idea. Okay, sorry. Something like that might have helped to quell the flames of that. But no, it was just StooDogg won't speak to me. Well, in all honesty, you were a cunt to me. So I think my response is fully justified. I think the way that I treated that was perfectly fine. I mean, I'm not a fucking doormat, I'm not gonna have you just treat me like shit and then pretend that it didn't happen.
But this guy, he said he wasn't interested, and I can't find an email, but he said that he didn't think that having a private voice chat would be meaningful. In other words, he thinks that it would come off to be somewhat of a debauchery sort of situation.
Yes, I don't feel that he is capable of putting forward a meaningful conversation. He only seems to be able to abuse people, so I'm not willing to partake in a conversation such as that. I don't think he'd be willing to have a level-headed, polite, civil conversation with someone. I don't think that's something that he's capable of.
I don't even try to get this guy's attention, so I was surprised when I saw his video. I was kind of shocked, because I had no idea. I didn't wonder what the fuck this video is about, or what the fuck would he meant by the title. And I reviewed it because I actually was scared at that time of finding out what it was about, because I've been through so much fucked up shit on the internet. You don't know what's happening. It's crazy. I like to do the video just because the ones I've done, I don't even know how to really go about doing better because it sucks. Oh my god. I suck at reviews. I wish I would have just But I was hyper at that time. I was upset and hyper. I was trying to get this story straight.
You know what they say, ladies and gentlemen, fools rush in. Much in the way that FaZe Primarina rushed in to launch an attack video against me, naked from his toilet. Much in the way that Dark Ninja rushes in to things so fast that he can't find his mask. Oh, quickly, I better take my trousers off, take my boxer shorts off, and put them over my head to hide my face and use my boxer shorts as a mask. Fools rush in, rather than just spending that little bit of an extra time to think or find your mask, or in Jared Wars' case, give my video an actual watch, think about the points that you want to address, think about the points you want to concede, and then make your video. Write a script. Thinking time, ladies and gentlemen. Time is the best sort of investment that you can put into anything.
With this guy, I don't even care about him. First of all, I just want my story straight, you know. And I tried to.
Failed badly.
And you know how people get stubborn and crap? They're so stubborn. Like, this motherfucker is stubborn.
I'm stubborn. Why? Because I didn't want to have a conversation with you after you chucked tons and tons and tons of abuse at me during a live stream. I mean, I think it's a sensible move on the part of my brand.
I don't even give a fuck about this dude, but yet he thinks I give a fuck about him. Dude, I may not give a fuck about people, but it's like, I don't even think of myself as slandering people. I mean, that's just a cop-out. I don't slander people.
Except for when you do. I've seen all of your opinion pieces about Gorgeous George that have been uploaded to BitChute. That's full of slander, Jared Wars.
I mean, I might go overboard and saying stuff that might have turned out to be something else or escalate to something else, but that's my own fault as far as that mistake.
Again, with the recognizing that you have a problem, but doing nothing to address or solve your problem.
And I don't be realizing that happened, but damn. Like I said earlier, if you don't believe me, kiss my ass. And, you know, stick a solder iron up your ass, burn yourself. Seriously.
This man has a bizarre fetishization of soldering irons and people's arses, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't put a front for people, because I've been through so much shit, you know, and crap, knowing how people are. So I'm straight to your face kind of individual. I'm not somebody that keeps things to myself unless somebody talks about a person to me. I'm all about upfront, motherfucker, you know?
Yes, you're all about utilizing your right to free speech to say stupid things to rile people and cause a backlash against you. Rather than utilizing the, I believe they call it pleading the fifth, where instead of using your free speech to get yourself into bother, you can simply say nothing and have no issues.
Damn. I don't know what to say about this shit. I don't know what to say. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, fuck you. You know what? Go fuck yourself. Oh, God.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think that will about do it. We have reached the end of another thrilling installment of Jared Wars. A man who is angry at the world but doesn't seem to realize or click that he's the one that causes all of his problems. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. Reward yourself with an ice cold beer straight from your fridge or wherever you store your cold beers. This guy, man, you know, I thought we'd finally ended the series. We'd, you know, finalized everything, and then more content of his comes out of the woodwork. It's amazing, absolutely and utterly amazing. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I have been StooDogg. Feel free to like, dislike, subscribe, unsubscribe, whatever. And I'll catch you next time. See ya.